Hey, so Black Clover Chapter 249 is finally out, and you guys already know the Viz translations will be out Sunday, so I will do a breakdown of the official release once it comes out. But today is Leo Day, and I just want to say this: I've never been so happy for a character in the story in so long, because Leo, he's one of those characters who is highly underrated. It's not that people hate him, but he just not. People really don't talk about Leo as much as the other characters, especially in terms of power scaling, but we know why. But he's one of those characters that you just really don't see people talk about much, and it's probably due to the fact that he's overshadowed by two great siblings. You got Fuegoleon and Mereoleona, and they discussed that in this chapter, and I will talk about that. However, in the beginning of this series, we've seen that Leo was that character who self-proclaimed to be Asa's rival. And from that point on, I had high expectations from him, even though I made videos in the past saying that he's the worst of Vermilion. Not saying that in terms of characters, but in terms of accomplishments. And I only made that video just to see him glow up, because Leo is one of my favorite characters in the series. People know that I'm biased against fire mages. I'm biased against all of them, especially Manga. But Leo was the one I was waiting for in this chapter. He finally got a dub. He finally beat a villain in the series, and he never done that before, so I'm happy. And it's not only that he won, but he won in style. And I will say that this fight between this Dark Disciple against Leo, it seemed a much easier fight for him than it was for Luck against Svekin. That's the kind of vibe I got out of this chapter. And no, I'm not saying that Leo is stronger than Luck. I think Svekin is one of those characters that will give anybody a hard time because the way his magic works. But also the way Leo's magic works, since we've seen in this chapter, he won't let a fight drag out for too long. And the Black Clover story lets us know that matchups make everything. And the spell that Leo did in this chapter was ridiculous. I did not expect that. So, quick reminder before we get further in the review, if you guys want a link to the chapter, join my Discord. It will be in the Black Clover spoiler chat. I will leave my Discord link in the comment section, in the description as well. So if you want the chapter link, join my Discord. Now let's talk about Black Clover Chapter 249, Leo's True Fire Magic. As always, if you guys enjoying the Black Clover content, I appreciate it if you leave a like on this video, and if you are new to the channel, subscribe with notification bells on. So the theme of this chapter is Leo versus the Dark Disciple, and I'm not going to try to pronounce his name because for the most part, for fan translations, when a new character shows up, they screw up the names a lot. So when a Viz translation comes out, then we'll know the official name. But they got the fire spirit name right, Floga, because we see in the Viz translation that was his name as well. Hopefully I pronounced that right though. Speaking of Floga, we see Floga is on the ground, badly beaten. He's not getting up, and the citizens in the Heart Kingdom are freaking out. And they said that if he lost, then there's no way that boy from the Clover Kingdom will win. And one thing I noticed, that there are citizens on the ground as well, badly beaten, and you see that some that are even standing up are bruised everywhere. This kind of gives me more clarity that maybe the Spirit Guardians lost to the Dark Disciples because they were spending too much time trying to protect all the citizens. It was a handicap match. Because honestly, I thought at least one Spirit Guardian would get a dub out of the Dark Disciples, at least one or two. I'm still highly disappointed that they lost because they were hyped up, and it's just the way that they did. We didn't see how the battle turned out. I would prefer that, but it started to make sense. There is no possible way that the Spirit Guardians were able to fight off the Dark Disciples while all of the citizens are running around getting wrecked. They had to protect them, so I think that's the only thing that makes sense to me at the moment, and they had to make sacrifices, and I think that had to be the case. So we then switch over to Leo, and he's already sweating. It seemed as though he was fighting this Dark Disciple at least for about a minute or two before we even switch panels to see this whole fight. And Leo, he cannot see, but he's getting hit by magic by the Dark Disciple that's just in the woods, and he's like a sniper. And he talks about that's impressive to think my magic didn't pierce through his body. That mana that's protecting you would slowly go away, and it's because Leo is protecting himself with mana skin. And that lets us know Leo's durability has definitely improved. That training in a volcano that he always goes with Mereoleona Fuegoleon and the rest of the Crimson Alliance is definitely starting to pay off because he is learning to master his mana skin. I think now he definitely mastered it by this point. So this skinny, no muscle having Dark Disciple starts explaining the way his magic work. And you see these eyes around the area just popping up out of nowhere. And he talks about that he has eye magic. And this is the magic that I thought Vanica would have. This was my guess that I talked about in many videos, that she would have eye magic. But a Dark Disciple has it. And I remember I talked about that, I believe Dante, before he showed up, he would have skin magic. But we seen a Dark Disciple have skin magic. So I'm 0 for 2 right now. All the magic ideas are going to the Dark Disciples. I'm just fed up with it. He explains that his countless eyes that are floating in the air specifies his enemy location, mana, and health. Even more than that, he can predict your movement by your eyes and muscle. And the targets he shoots with compressed mana bullets. So this guy, he's that type of dude that you want on your team as a magic mage, enemy or not, just as a character with his power. He's a sniper. He's able to predict someone's movements. He knows the enemy location, their mana, their health. He's that guy that can give you information in battle that can be extremely helpful. He can be one of the best support mages. So I totally get why the Dark Triad recruited a guy like this. His magic is extremely useful. He probably was an assassin for them because of the way his magic worked, definitely scream assassin type. And you see his little mana bullets that he's shooting out. It looks like Yosuke's spirit gun. If you ever watched Yu Yu Hakusho, even if you didn't finish the show, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, Yusuke's spirit gun looks exactly like that. And he explains that his spirit gun never misses. And I just think that is funny because if the Viz translation comes out and it says never misses, then Tabata is a meme. He's a troll because he had Yami Dark Slash. He talks about that he never misses, his new Mana Zone Slash. So now he got this guy saying never misses. Tabata is a troll. But this Dark Disciple is just shooting Leopold left and right. Leopold doesn't know what to do, and we see a flashback. And this flashback is his training session with the fire spirit Floga. And Floga talks about that there is something that is holding you back. You definitely are hesitant with your fighting style. And Leo goes on to say that he has a brother and sister that he admires. Maybe because of their strength, they had a deep impression on me. And we see another flashback of Leo in the Clover Kingdom, and we see that these nobles or royals, it could be either or, but they talking about how Leo is amazing, but not like the genius that Mereoleona Fuegoleon are. And Leo talks about that the stronger he gets, he always end up thinking about those two, how they are just much stronger. And just think about it, he is the younger sibling of two great mages. You have one who was the most feared out of any other captains in the Clover Kingdom. And then you have your brother, who is probably the most respected captain in the Clover Kingdom. And they are both top tier characters. One has a salamander and one is just strong without it. Your sister is the strongest woman in the Clover Kingdom. And what does that make Leo? Leo is not even the strongest in his generation. As far as like the younger ones, he's not. He has nothing that sticks with him that he is known for. And I think that is why. And I think Leo's character can relate to a lot of people with older siblings who are amazing. And you are that younger sibling who just, you don't have anything going on for you like your other siblings. I never been in that situation, but I know people who have. And I think Leo can relate to people like that. And not just people with siblings. I think just in life general. I think this can apply to anyone because Leo is comparing himself to people who are already, successful in what they do. And I think that people that do YouTube, music, or basketball, anything, when you compare yourself to anyone, and you're trying to reach their level, but you're hesitant about yourself because you feel as though you have to be on the level, you're gonna fail. It's nothing healthy about comparing yourself to other people. It's nothing healthy about that at all. You can admire someone, you can have inspiration, but do not compare yourself to anyone. I think that is the problem that Leo is having. That's why he's so hesitant. He's comparing himself to his brother and sister. And Floga, he tells Leo that you have to face your own strength. You are Leo. You have the tenacity and grit to persevere through anything. And he said the right words to Leo. I think he just letting Leo know that you are yourself. Be yourself. Face what's in front of you. Face your own battles. Don't worry about anything else. So we see the current battle, it switched back, and we see Leo is getting hit from all directions with this guy's mana bullets. And Leo, he's saying concentrate, and he uses fire magic, profound spiral flames. And he uses his rune technique with the spiral flames. And I swear, this fire magic looks like a Kamehameha wave. The way Tabata drew this panel, that's what I thought about, and I just thought it was amazing. It was a cool attack spell, but Leo completely misses. The guy is still hitting Leo with his mana bullets, and he tells Leo that there is no way that Heart Kingdom spell can reach me. I never experienced pain. Give up already. And Leo, he's bleeding everywhere, and he talks about that he may not have the talent of his brother and sister, but by looking at them in front of me, I patiently endured it, and it burned my flames up inside of me. So the Dark Disciple, with his eye magic, with the eyes floating in the air, he started noticing that something isn't right, and he sees a big circle. This is the biggest rune circle we've seen in the series, and it's covering up the entire battlefield, and he's in the middle of it. And the guy, he's confused. He's saying, how did you do this? And Leo's saying, little by little, while I was enduring the pain, you were too relaxed while I was creating these runes. And we see true fire magic. Red Lotus eruption, and we see the flames in the circle just rise up mountain high, and he is just burning the Dark Disciple. And then even the citizens that are watching this, they said we never seen huge magic like this. And the guy is just screaming all across the battlefield, and Leo, he jumps up in the air and says that with your screams I was able to know your location in the battlefield, and he uses a final attack. And this spell that he uses, they didn't say the name, but this was the end of the chapter. But the spell was bigger than Leo. I think this was another true flame magic spell. And that was the end of the chapter. Definitely enjoyed this chapter. I give it about a 7 out of 10. But lately the chapters definitely feel shorter than how they used to be. The chapters used to be about 16 pages, but now it's like 13 or 14. And Tabata did say he's been fainting lately. Then last week he said that he feels pathetic because the chapters were short. And I think Tabata just needs a break a little bit, and we are getting another break, I believe. And I think Tabata probably just been working hard. He just had a baby, so I think that he's occupied doing other things. So hopefully his health would be, top notch. He can just get back on the roll again. But other than that, I think it was a solid chapter. And if you guys enjoyed this review, make sure to leave a like. Guys, let me know how you felt about this chapter. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Subscribe if you are new with notification bells on. You guys have an awesome life. Take care of yourselves, and I'm out.